Is this you? I've learned a few chords, but I don't even know how to make my own song.
I can help you write your own song.
Hello?
Just follow these tips that I have and it will be super easy.
What? That's awesome. How? Sorry about that super cheesy intro, but you guys clicked on this video because you clearly want to know how to make your own songs, whether it be on ukulele or guitar or even piano. But I'm going to show you on ukulele because that is my main instrument that I play. So let's go ahead and get to the first tip that I have for making your own songs. Before we get started with the rest of this video, I want you guys to go check out my Instagram and my TikTok. Please help me get to 1,000 followers on TikTok so we can start doing little live videos on there. That would be so awesome. But yeah, let's go learn how to write our own songs.
Let me be the Jupiter to your...
So for the first tip, I would recommend trying to figure out what kind of vibe or what tone or feeling or emotion you want your first song to be about. So the first thing is going to be vibe. Ooh. Usually you go into writing a song because you know you want to write about something. You want to write about how you love somebody or how you're angry at somebody or how somebody's two-faced or stuff like that. You want to share your emotions. So once you figure out the tone of your song and what vibe you want to go for, that'll make writing a song and getting this whole process complete. Because you have no idea and you just start playing some chords, you're gonna sit there aimlessly staring at the wall for like an hour.
Mars. This whole universe will...
So once you get the vibe down, you're gonna wanna grab your instrument just to have it near you, to inspire you. You know, just have it on your lap so you can think and stare at it and be like, okay, I got my vibe, I'm ready to go. So once you got the vibe down and you figure out, you know, what kind of ideas you want, let's say I'm gonna do, just for the example for this video, I'm gonna do a kind of love song sort of thing, maybe like a teen heartbreak song where you don't really know how somebody feels about you, but you like them, and it's just very confusing. Once you figure out that, then the next step would be figuring out the chords that you want to convey that message, because a lot of different chords can sound different and make the song complete different vibe. Like I wouldn't sing a sad love song with like C major. That's like way too happy. You broke my heart. Sounds like you're happy that he broke your heart. Really good thing to do if you don't play instruments or if you don't know like basic chord progressions. There's a chart that you can look at. It's like a chord wheel that shows you stuff that goes together. But if you don't know those and you're kind of new to playing instruments and making songs in general, you can always Google like really good chord progressions, or you can go to, I think it's chord.com, and they'll give you a bunch of different chords and you can kind of refresh that until you find a progression that is the kind of vibe or tone that you're going for. Once you get those, transition them to whatever instrument you're playing. So the chords that I decided to go with for this example is G, B7, and C. And you want to kind of figure out like how you want to play those, whether it's plucking, or if you want to strum. Once you figure that out, trust me, the next part's gonna be super easy, or at least the easiest part in my mind, I think. Figure out what chords you want and figure out how you want to play it. I picked G, B7, and C, and I'm gonna play it like this. I'll do G once, B7 once, and then C twice. And that's gonna be my progression for the whole song. You can choose different chords for the verse and the bridge and the chorus, but when you're starting out, I think it's okay to just start with either 3 or 4 chords, sometimes even 2. If you can make a whole song with just 2 chords, you could do that too, but I would just stick to the same chords in the whole song and just kind of change up the melody in the verse and the chorus. And that leads me to the next point.
will be ours. We'll...
So this is where you figure out the melody for your song. This is the basically the pattern that the lyrics follow and makes your song, because there's probably so many chords that I don't even know about that have G, B7, and C. And it could sound just like that for all I know. But the melody that you make with your voice is gonna be the difference between your song and somebody else's song. And then also the lyrics. It's really hard to come up with lyrics when you don't know how you're singing the song, right? So this is where you come up with the melody. This is why I said that you should figure out how you wanna play it, because you kinda wanna have your chords on loop. So you can kinda just listen to it. And you wanna kinda find the secret rhythm in that. You know, you can kind of hear it in your head and it's like do 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 do. So what you do, or what I do, and I've seen a lot of people kind of do this, is you kind of just play your chord progression on loop, and the best thing to do would be to start with like your main singing tone and just keep that for the whole thing and kind of just do the buzz. That's what I call it. So you go ba 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 ba. So what you want to do is kind of find the rhythm that you hear in your head with your chord progression, and then just kind of move up and down with your voice and the pitch, and kind of get what you feel is better. So you can start low and you go and go up and down just until you find a melody that sounds good to your ears with your chord progression. I would just do that and figure it out. So da 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 ba 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 da da da. Ba, 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 ba. I think I'm gonna do something like that. So once you figure out your melody, you get to write the lyrics.
Sit up here amongst the stars.
So what I find with making my songs, when I try to write lyrics first before the melody and all that stuff, I kind of have to change words around to like fit around the melody, which isn't bad, but I like it better when I have a melody down and then I can kind of just throw words on. So you want to remember the vibe and what your song is going to be about that you had on the back of your head at the beginning before you started writing. Because you know, you got that tone, then you found the chord progression, then you got the melody. Now you want to remember what the tone was and what your song is about. So I remember I wanted to have like a teen heartbreak song. You don't know how somebody feels about you. So you got your melody. Ba, 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 da, 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 da. Ba, 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 da, 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 da. So keep the rhythm and the melody like in your head, and then you can just kind of say random words until something comes to you. I don't know if you I don't know. I don't know if you care about me. Oh. I don't know if you really care about me. I don't know if you really care about me. I don't know if you really care about me. So would you just tell me, please? And once you figure out something that kind of sounds good to you and you kind of like it, then you want to write it down, because you forget like that. So I need to write that down.
If I'm the Jupiter to your...
So that could either be your verse or your chorus or your bridge once you kind of figure that out. And this is where you should kind of figure out structure, because as a beginner at songwriting, you want to have structure. And the structure that I usually go with is just verse, chorus, and then I'll do bridge, chorus. But you can just do verse, chorus, verse, chorus, verse, chorus, verse, chorus. Or you can do verse, pre-chorus, chorus, verse, pre-chorus, chorus. And you can do, there's a bunch of different song structures you can do, but as a beginner, I would say just verse, chorus, verse, chorus. So I wrote a verse and a chorus, so we're gonna go ahead and just go over that, and I'll show you what I kind of came up with. And I wanted to throw this little secret snippet tips right in the middle of learning the lyrics, because you want to write lyrics, but it's kind of hard to come up with stuff. So I got 3 little tips for you, and it's just stuff that I do that help me come up with lyrics. So the first thing that I do is anytime I get an idea of like lyrics at all, whether it's just like a sentence or like a word that I like that I think would sound cool in a song, I would write it down in a journal or pull out my phone and type it in my notes because I want to get it down before it leaves my mind. So like a verse that I wrote for this song, it randomly popped in my mind because I went outside in a sweater and I thought of the verse in my head after kind of recording part of this video for you guys. So I was literally in the chilly weather in my Spider-Man sweater, and for some reason I liked how that felt on my tongue when I said it, so I went and wrote it in my book really quick, and that is a verse in this song. The second tip would be to learn new and fun ways to like say simple things. Like you could say, I love you, or I can say, I am obsessed with you, or I am enthralled by you. So it's kind of like poetic, more dramatic ways to say things or describe things. That way your lyrics are kind of more interesting and not just straight to the point, you know? And another thing that you can do to make your lyrics kind of more interesting and more cool is be more specific yet vague at the same time. So like Ed Sheeran songs, he's so specific. He says like places and names of streets and all things like that, so you can kind of get the bigger picture and see how everything's going. But then instead of saying like a girl's name or a guy's name, you would say you or he or she. That way people can think of their person while they're listening to your song, so they can connect with it, but then it's not like ruining it for them where they're like, well, I don't know a person named Larry. But if you say he, then they're like, oh, I know, yeah. And they have their own he in their mind. So yeah, just some tips in the middle there. I don't really know. I was kind of pointing out random stuff because I was wearing a Spider-Man sweater earlier and it's kind of chilly outside. So that's how this happened. So yeah, this is what happened with my song. It's this chilly weather in my Spider-Man sweater that makes me think about the things we could have together. But you barely text me or talk at school. Well, I mean, sometimes you don't, sometimes you do. I don't know if you really care about me. I don't know if you really care about me. I don't know if you really care about me. So would you just tell me, please? And that's kind of what I came up with. So yeah, I hope this video helps you guys learn how to write your own songs. And if you do write songs using this video and this helps a lot, let me know in the comment section. And please share your songs with me. Tag me in TikTok, tag me on Instagram, wherever you put your songs, and I will definitely watch those videos.
A creature with 2 heads, sleeping in 2 beds. Is it sweet or is it dead?